I think about our internship program for 11th and 12th graders. We work with local community partners to set up internships for our students, and our kids have a chance to go out and work in fields in which they're interested for up to 2 years. So I think that experiential piece is supremely important. The ability to go beyond theory, to step into a real workplace and to practice the skills that you've learned at school, but also to apply new ones or to learn new ones is invaluable. I think that there's a social aspect there as well, where kids are not necessarily familiar or comfortable with different work environments, and so to give them an early look into those industries, paired with really thoughtful mentors, I think can make kids feel a lot more confident when they step into those arenas later in life.
Awesome. So another big theme about this COP is this idea of teaching for deeper learning. What does that look like at Brooklyn Lab?
So I think we have to give kids meaningful vehicles through which they can think about content. I think about how I was taught in the 90s, and often that was just a teacher standing at the board for 47 minutes, and sometimes there was no to-do for me that day. On other days, I sort of sat there for 35 minutes and was given a ditto afterwards. And what I call the real sort of meat and potatoes of learning happened periodically. So every 6 weeks you'd write an essay, right? Or every now and then you'd be challenged to go really deep in a text. And I think that those are actually the skills that we have to teach kids to navigate each and every single day. So part of what our work there is in addition to teaching content, on a daily basis, we're asking kids to think about that content by reading about it, by talking about it with their peers, and by writing about it. And I think that when you do those things, which I often describe as literacy, you're thinking on a much deeper level. So it's much more meaningful to write about an essential question about a historical theme, for example, than to spit out a bunch of facts in a fill-in-the-blank ditto. And I think that when that sort of education becomes the core of what you do day to day in all classes, you'd be impressed with what kids give back in terms of what they know.
Awesome. Well, that is all that I have for